Alright, here we go. We're back. I don't care, by the way. I don't care. If the stream's gonna lag either way, I just turned it back to 2K. I do not care. Because Twitch needs to give me more, like, bandwidth. I'm just gonna keep on streaming with this shit, like, Omega lagging. And, like, stream constantly ending, because it just ended there on its own, because it lagged for so long. And then now it's fine, because it, like, ended on its own. Like, I swear, at some point, Twitch just shuts me off. Like, I just need to stream more. It's probably just something like that. And if not, I'll get in contact with, like, Twitch support. No, it's not Umineko. Though I do have to type in that channel. Thank you for reminding me. Oh wait, Umusume. Oh wait. No. What is this? It's Final Fantasy. Crow. Looks dumb? You do too. Mirror. Mirror Max. Who's that small guy? Oh, have you not played in a while? Ah! Yeah, you did get destroyed. Reported for streamer abuse. True. True and real. No, I'm caught up. Okay, so you do know who this is. Like, what? Bro. Which is gonna be fun to watch your reaction. Well, yeah, I'm pissed. I'm pissed with how this fucking... What's it called? My stream keeps on lagging hard. But, I mean, I'm already, like, a ways through it already. At everyone's sems? I didn't just start stream, I've already been going through it. I've been streaming for, like, multiple hours. What's your bitrate setup? So, the thing is, what's it called? No matter what I set it to, it's gonna lag like crazy. It always lags like crazy. So I just said screw it, and I set it to maximum. Literally just notified me lame. I posted it in the server earlier. I said, when does this story get good? Yeah. Anyway. Wait, did you at here? You at everyone? Holy shit. For real, set it to like 3K. I don't think you understand. When I lag, it goes down to 1.6. And it does that regardless of what settings I have. It's just lag. It's just something happening. The bitrate just goes down to... Oh, then set it to 1K. I am not streaming with 1K bitrate. At that point, I should just paint a picture for the stream. I should just... No screen, black audio, but then my audio would still be lagging. Like, what is your problem? Lamau. It just goes down. It just goes down to red. But also, look, right now, it's totally fine streaming at 2K. An entire 2K in the bitrate. I'm getting 23,000 bitrate. If I was there, I'd fix it for you because I'm smart. It's not... There's not even anything that I can fix, because I want you to take a look at this, okay? In the stream, you see how there's a little cog wheel right there. You see that? Click on the cogwheel on the stream. Like, hover over the stream, and then there's a cogwheel bottom right. Click on that cogwheel, go to quality. You see how there's an entire list of qualities for you to choose from? What? Don't be like, what are... No, you have a cogwheel. You have settings, it's right next to the clip button. I see it. You just hover over the Twitch stream, and there's a cogwheel right there. Yeah, but what are you talking about? Okay. So, I get that because I'm using Twitch's recommended settings, where you literally just check a checkbox and you get the recommended settings for Twitch. And if I don't do that and I set it to something else, for example, like 2K streams, like a certain bitrate or something, or like set it to, you know, a specific bitrate, then it will only have one option. And if someone in that option, or for example, Yules came into the stream earlier when I was messing around with that, and Yules, the entire stream was just a black screen, and they can't see my visual or hear me talk, just because their quality isn't set up, like, it doesn't work with the quality that I set it to. So there will always be people who just don't work. Yeah, Yules, you. There'll always be people who just don't work with quality, like, if I don't have it set to where the options are. And there's nothing you can, like, troubleshoot in it or anything like that, because it's just Twitch's recommended settings, and it's just a checkbox. And if you don't have that checkbox checked, then you can't have all those different things, so it's just... yeah, it's just screwed. Anyways, want to hear my theories, then, for what's been happening? They've been kind of deconfirming my theories along the way, too, but I still have them, because it still could technically happen. Although Yules isn't caught up, so Yules can't really hear my theories. I was gonna post them in UmiFull, but tag them as spoilers, so at least Tomato could read them. Or maybe post them in other games, or not other games media, but Contact XIV, and spoiler them there as well. I don't know. Yeah, here, I'll just type in spoiler them real quick. Okay, I actually no. I have to finish the story before I type it out. You can talk about them. I forgot what's going on anyways. I already went off on release, but no one was caught up to talk about them. Okay. Well, the thing is, I also haven't finished the story, so there might be more to talk about, but where I'm at so far, at least there's something to talk about. I'm just gonna continue reading. As you know, it's a relic that traveled across centuries of the world, passing through countless hands.
Oft beckoning to those ruled by ambition or avarice. Indeed, some have wondered if it chooses its master. But I believe differently. I believe that some inexorable force, call it fate, if you will, ushers it from one bearer to the next. Be wary, for fate's regard now falls upon you.
Oh, shit, she really did say it's like cursed. I was joking. Squirrel and an aura. Wait, that's not a Malala. Go get him right now. Holy, that's a long way away. At least they let you mount here. Banger. Okay, yeah, but Yules, are you sure about me mentioning it? Because it'd be like a pretty big one if I... What's it called? I mean, I'm probably not right. It's like 10% chance of actually happening without her talking about it, but, you know. Yeah, go ahead. All right. Well, now we're in the cutscene, but I would have definitely talked about it there. I'm edging the stream so hard. It is insane. Yay, the Malala people coming to greet us off. So many Lalas.
Thank you all for everything.
We're the ones who should be thanking you. You fought so many times for us.
I've tended to the people's immediate hurts, but see that they receive appropriate care as they recover.
I still can't believe you took down the Doom Train. Just like that. You're my hero, truly. And I'm sure Mum and Dad and everyone else we lost will rest easier now that it can never hurt anyone again.
For my part, I cannot thank you enough for supporting my plan for the barrier. Not to mention that we wouldn't even have the electrope to restore it without your aid. I can't wait to see what else we can do now that the mine is back in service. Kryl. O life, flourish on this faraway shore. Unfurl your fragile petals with fearless joy. Let this sky grant shelter from darkest storm, and here bloom, hand in hand, forevermore. Remember that, will you? Whatever shore you choose.
Of course, those words and our people will always be in my heart.
After so long without her, I had begun to forget what my sister was like. Her face, her voice, fading like the mist. All I could remember clearly was her resolve as we parted for the last time.
Okay. The Warrior of Light is invited to the cookout. Also, this is last quest. I mean, there's probably still a lot they could do because, you know, there's a lot of things to talk about with his last quest. But this pertains to what I was theorizing about. I think there's a chance that that Kryl's mom could be alive, you know? And also a chance that her dad could be alive. But they're talking about it in such a weird way. The chance lowers with how they talk about it, you know, ever so often. Or with how much. But, it started with thinking this was Kryl's mom, but then it just turned out to be her sister. Which that was like the obvious, or not too obvious, because we did see her die thing to go to. But then, really, we just killed the endless versions of Kryl's mom and dad, and Sphene has shown with her being an endless that you don't really have to die to become an endless. Of course, that's the way that most endless, you know, are created, but who's to say that to fake your death to get away from preservation, they wouldn't do, you know? Especially with the technology that they have. Maybe they create endless versions of themselves. And that's why I thought it was her, because she could have changed her name to avoid detection kind of thing, you know? And that's why she didn't, you know, doesn't have, or has the name Bialy kind of thing, rather than Alayla. But, you know, that was me theorizing, because, you know, we can't be sure that they're dead, but they keep on talking, she keeps on talking about how they're dead. And obviously this could all be a red herring that they're actually dead. But Square Enix has the ability to bring them back if they wanted to, because they have now shown that there can be endless without the person that endless is based on dying, with Queen Sphene. So, you know, That's all my theory was pertaining to, that Kryle's parents could still be alive. Especially if people are, you know, thinking Kryle's parents went away too soon. Then maybe Square Enix makes that move. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think, chat room? What do you think of that yap from me? It's definitely what is this fellow on about, because they're talking about Kryle's mom in a super somber way. Like, you know, after her death, they dead. I mean, maybe they show more that, like, confirms that they're dead even more, but I'm 99% sure. Okay. I have to see if more happens, but of course, there is proof of someone being alive who was an Endless with Sphene. Because Sphene was an Endless, and yet she's here alive. So, they were an Endless, and yet they're here alive kind of deal, you know? Even though we shut down the Endless, the live version could still be alive. Heck, they might even be seeking out Kryle now because the non-Endless Sphene happened because we shut down the Endless Sphene. Which, like, reinstated her, like, cryogenically kept body or something, you know, whatever happened with Sphene. So, as soon as we set down or shut off the other terminals, okay. No, I don't know if they could do that. Dang it. I mean, it would be completely sick, but there's just too much that you can do. They don't need her parents for the story. They don't add anything to the story the way that things are going, and having an aunt in this civilization is enough to do whatever they want without their parent. True. Exactly. That's the only thing, because especially you could do that with anyone who technically is an Endless. You know, anyone could still be alive who's an Endless by that logic. If their bodies are just preserved, and then we go and shut down their Endless counterpart, which we shut down all the Endless, so anyone there could have been, you know? Unless we find out specifically how they died, kind of thing. But, I don't know. That's too much. Especially because, like, yeah, bringing back Kryle's parents and Aaronville's, like, mom, yeah, way too much could happen with that. But, still a cool theory for a moment to have. I think they should have done that with her. I think she should be older Kryle's mom. Okay, I gotta wait for the lag to calm down, because I'm lagging right now. Very cool. I'm also lagging at 9,000 bit rate. So, there's that. Now I'm lagging at 7,000. And now I'm back up to normal. Oh, it's going down again. Yep. Alright, yeah, no, I'm PMO with the bit rate already. Whatever. Alright, well, at least it's on stream me saying it, even if I don't fully believe in it. Alright, BRB. Or, not BRB. Yeah, no. I just gotta continue reading. For so long without her, I began, yeah.
But now I've seen her again. In you, sweetheart.
Yeah, it would also take away all these emotional moments, which would not make sense.
for bringing her back to me.
Yeah, primarily the theory was before they were doing this much emotional stuff, which I'm fine with all this emotional stuff, and yeah, it shows that the theory was wrong, unless they still decide to backtrack, which I don't know. They're Final Fantasy, and with how Dondra was written, they could do, anything at this point, kind of deal, right? I'm not sure if that'd be better. I'm not even sure if I would like that if I was right, you know? Yeah, it wouldn't feel good, because it's solely all these emotional moments that are happening right now. So yeah, I don't believe in it, really.
It is a joy to have met you, Kryle.
You too, Aunt Mealy.
I know your home lies far from here, but to us you'll always be family. Come and see us once in a while, won't you?
I will. My comrades have found a treatment for Levin's sickness, so I'll bring it to Treno as soon as I can.
My, you certainly have no shortage of accomplished friends. We'll await your return, my dear. Life is full of surprises when one lives in hope. Isn't that right, Delilah?
It still feels a bit like I'm dreaming, but even should I wake, I'll remember it. I'll remember them. On a practical note, I am more certain than ever that Shill's work will yield vital insights into the key. I look forward to speaking with her when we arrive in Solution 9. If you don't mind, might we first make our way to Resolution? Gossan will be wondering about my absence. Heavens, yes, I apologize for keeping you from your duties for so long. Think nothing of it. I was more than happy to be a part of your adventure. And Gossan will forgive me once I tell him of Treno. Oh wait, this is quest complete, so we're not even gonna get more info about the key. It's just gonna be whatever the fuck is happening with over here. And it looks like it's a long cutscene with how many people are here. It's like we're in some sort of living memory. Holy. Ah, this explains much. Wondered why I hadn't seen neither hide nor hair of your majesty these past days. May I ask where you've been? It's quite a long story. However stalwart your companions, traveling the Mist Continent with no knowledge of what awaited was extraordinarily reckless. That I cannot deny, but it availed us much. We have the opportunity to resume diplomatic relations with a longtime ally. And as I did not, in fact, come to harm, all is well that ends well. Yes, Fiend, you fucking idiot. should you feel compelled to go on any other excursions in future, I expect that you will notify me beforehand. Yes, of course. It was remiss of me. I apologize. Duty's call is most insistent. Nevertheless, whenever you require my aid, please do not hesitate to seek it. You're back. How'd it go? Did you find a way down? Treno. I've heard the name. Incredible that it sheltered the Malala all this time. What's more, the mayor was able to share the story of the key from her perspective. She believes that the historical documents pertaining to it are stored in Preservation's archives. They could be, though our work isn't done yet. We've made progress on the decryption. I was on my way to the containment complex to review the data in situ. In that case, allow me to accompany you. Though it may be incomplete, I should like to review the information available. We'll contact you as soon as we made some sense of it. Oh, I guess nothing much is gonna happen in this final quest. Yeah, surely nothing goes awry. And it's just calm, smooth sailing in this quest. Awesome. In the meantime, might I suggest that our Warrior of Light get a good night's sleep or two? You never know what manner of hellish technology will be after us next. Incredible, I assume you'll be wanting to familiarize yourself with the care and feeding of Porksies. Indeed, while I'm aware of the principles, I was needed elsewhere when the others were treating the Levin afflicted. I shall have to ask Yistola to instruct me. Tis the least I can do for my family. I intend to visit them whenever possible, but my home will always be here in the source. There's nowhere I'd rather be. Yeah, bro, where her family? That's what happened. I know she has like actual like earlier in Treno.
Now, there is much to be done. With access to the mine restored, I'd like to explore methods to expand our food production systems. I look forward to your insights.
Holy, we need the more farmer content. But yeah, this is going to be the RA, right? That we saw? Potentially? I don't know. She was there. Yeah.
Oh, my poor heart. I only meant to steal a glimpse while we were in the area. But our eyes definitely met, didn't they? Oh, that's not ideal. Such fearsome instincts to perceive me as a threat in an instant. But I shouldn't be surprised. It's the Source's vaunted hero, after all.
Halmarut!
Oh, dear me!
Dead.
Oh.
One need hardly be the warrior of light to notice you. You're far from subtle. As if the horns and scales weren't enough, you insist upon dressing for another century. Those clothes must be as old as I am.
Yo, is that Bubsy?
Where is your robe?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, so Hulmarut. I mean, I haven't really got acquainted with the names, but I'm assuming, yeah. What's it called? Asians, yeah. And then, especially asking, where is your robe? Yeah, it makes the connection. That's crazy, though. Dang, yeah.
You mean the robe that practically announces me as an Asian? Not that I don't intend to reveal that detail, but it will be at a time of my choosing. Besides, if one of us can't help but draw the eye, it's you. Oh, Calyx, how you've grown. Smaller, that is. And surprisingly cute-ish.
Lizard Grill Asian, indeed.
Put me down.
Jests aside, we will be departing the 9th all too soon. If you wish to say your goodbyes, I could find you a vessel and mold it to match your preferred presentation.
Don't you dare. I will not debase myself by occupying a living body ever again. And in any case, to travel the rift as you do requires the shedding of one's flesh, does it not?
I apologize if I upset you. Your understanding is, in essence, correct. The magics cannot bring a vessel through the rift. Ergo, you must discard it and assume a form of pure ether until you reach the other side. However, that doesn't mean you need discard everything like so much refuse. Using fissures such as this, one can easily send small amounts of matter between reflections. Matter such as your archived memories.
All the more reason to remain as I am. At present, I could pass through a fissure myself. And as this form suffices for surveying the material realm, I see no reason to expend effort searching for a replacement. I wish only to observe. That is enough.
Very well. I shan't press. Nevertheless, odd though you may look, I would encourage you to bid farewell to those to whom you have attachment. For now that you failed, unless our hero changes course, this world is doomed to die.
What the hell?
I had hoped to banish death from their lives. Why should it come to all, whether they will it or no? Why must any accept this burden and grief? It was never about any one person. So no, there are none with whom I would exchange fond farewells. But so long as mankind yet survives, I can hold fast to my faith. That my life's work might again bring someone's salvation.
Hold fast you must, as we press ever onward. For soon it begins, and every world shall tremble. The Winterers must be prepared to outlast the great withering to come.
That's your ominous prediction, is it?
No, it's nature's proclamation. Can't you hear it? It echoes in the silence, left by the will of the star.
What's it called? Okay. So I get what you're cooking. I got something different from that. Preservation trying to save people. There's such a thing as saving people in the wrong way. I think they're saving people in the wrong way. With, you know, what's it called? They're trying to turn people into endless to make them not have to deal with death. Also, Pashtaro is nevertheless Asian that we haven't seen, unless you count the 2 Gaius might have killed. I see. Very cool. But anyway, so yeah, I took that a different way. I took it as, you know, preservation is trying to protect people by turning them into endless so they don't have to deal with death. Meanwhile, we're going to be protecting them by pulling a Shadowbringers and becoming the warrior of whatever element it calls for. Because last time we did darkness, this time, with it talking more about winter, it's either winter is what's going to happen to that area, or we need to bring winter to that area, because winter could, like, I don't know. Maybe it's ice that counters lightning, something like that. Winter is a metaphor. I don't think about what's it called. What is winter a metaphor for then? Maybe I'm stupid, but I totally think if the same way dark and light with Shadowbringers, if winter is like ice magic is counter to lightning, then death and stillness. Okay, got it. Yeah, no, I think that's too literal. I'm just saying, if we all of a sudden become the warrior of ice, I mean... Or maybe even cooler title, Warrior of Winter. Holy. Bring jolly tidings to the 9th. Holy. I think she's specifically talking about the dying of the reflections now that Zodiac and Mom are dead, because remember. They were the key to making sure the reflections were stable. Now they're dead. Mm-hmm. Keeping the reflections stable. Yeah. I see where you're coming from. So you think with them not being here, it's throwing them more into disarray than when they were here, but I mean, when they were here, reflections were still perishing. We still had, you know, some already gone, and some that, you know, were succumbing, but we became the Warrior of Darkness kind of thing, the first, for example. The Ascians were fucking with them. The Ascians were fucking with them, but then they were... It was still, wasn't it still rebuilding Zodiark, like, in a way? Or was that just happening, with, like, over time? Aren't the reflection... Were the... I mean, the reflections were made by Hydaelyn by, like, shattering Zodiark, right? Or something? Something like that. Or shattering herself? Something like that. No, they were stable. Any of the reflections or problems were specifically caused by Ascians. Okay. Just them, yeah, wanting to bring things back together kind of thing. And distributing as Aether across 14 reflections, but did it make those reflections, or was it just distributing as Aether? The reflections were already there then, I assume? I thought that was when it happened. Like the henceforth he shall walk thing. Was it that? Or was that just sundering the species as a whole? Okay. I don't know. Alright, well... Either way, yeah, really hype. I mean, it is more Ascian stuff, but yeah, that is their main story. Their MSQ. Maybe the summer vacation we were looking for was from the Ascians. So we had an entire expansion without Ascians to act as a summer vacation. Hmm? Thoughts? Yeah. I understood that part. It was either just weakening the people or doing the shattering and reflecting thing, you know. It was one or the other. PMO. Yeah, I imagine we'll see more Ascians again, but it seems like they'll less be a specific antagonist and more like supporting rule stuff. Okay. Yeah. Just, what's it called? Is there like a elements chart? I will say, if ice happens to be, because you know, like we have, like, where are the crystals? The random crystals that we have, like these? Yeah. So there's lightning, earth, wind, ice, fire, water. If ice happens to be the, like, opposite of lightning on a chart of this stuff, I don't know where this stuff would, like, a chart for it would be. But if it happens to be across from lightning, you know, there's something there. There's gotta be, right? I just feel like. Oh, well, either way, that's Viper for you. Here, I might go take a quick break and then start the normal raids. Because I haven't done those yet either. Alright, yeah. I'll BRB for a while. Here, let me put on some music. Let's see. Alright, yeah. Alright, BRB. Hold on. You sent that, like, right as I started the BRB. So, there we go. Spark of lightning ignites when it strikes, thus fire is born. The heat of fire renders ash all that it touches, and thus the earth is born. The density of earth, shuns sun and harbors cold, and thus ice is born. The armor of ice melts away, and thus water is born. Moistness of water, piston rises, and thus a wind is born. The gust and size of wind gather the clouds, and thus lightning is born. That's the relationship. They all just, it's a circle rather than a, like, rock, paper, scissors kind of thing. Got it. Okay. Yeah. I thought it was a rock, paper, scissors thing, but it's just a dumb circle. I can't, bro. Alright. Okay, I'm heading out for now. Or, not heading out, but I'll BRB for real this time. Okay. BRB.
Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you and awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning pain. Listening to you harp on about some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you'd wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love. At least just let me say that when I talk to you, won't you bed walks right through and shoots right out through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start? What's a girl to do? Lying on my bed staring into the blue. Unrequited, terrifying. Love is driving me a bit insane. Have to get this off my chest. I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, won't you bed walks right through and shoots right out through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start? Confess I loved you, just thinking of you. You know I've loved you from the start.
Hello. We're back. Did we drop more frames? Yeah, we dropped a bunch. We dropped another 60k. Oh my god. Damn. Hello. Hello, Iris. Real. Alright, let's start. Feral fandom. Ah, Sens, I was hoping you'd drop by. Yeah, this is the last bit that I'm doing, and then I'm done with the stream for the day. With all the tech issues as well. I don't know why it's so hard to stream. It's just Twitch is doing, honestly. It PMO. But whatever. Ah, Sims, I was hoping you'd drop by. There's something I wanted to share with you before heavyweight matches begin. Come on in. Yeah, just one moment. I mean, bitrate is so high. Is it just like my server or something? Maybe. Yeah, my server's default. And I can't change that while I'm streaming, so... yeah, I don't even know. Oh well. Alright. Something I wanted to share with you before heavyweight matches begin. Come on in. Try Tails training. I've asked Honey and the others to come as well. Before they arrive, let's have a quick refresher of the situation. Yeah, they're captured, right? During your cruiserweight campaign, we managed to convince several fighters to retire from the ring. Not least of all Retsara, who was already afflicted with psychonecrosis. There was one who couldn't be persuaded, though. Brute Bomber. I myself developed symptoms of psychonecrosis after Eutrope ambushed us. I got a little carried away, using a feral soul to stop her. There was a glimmer of hope when Nayuni discovered the existence of a cure, but it was dashed when the president took her and Eutrope hostage. He wouldn't allow us to deviate from his script. But in an unexpected turn, the president himself was aware of the cure, the drop of life. He said he'd divulge its location if you could become Grand Champion. How did he learn all this? Where does he get his information? I've never met the man, so he's a complete mystery to me. That's why I wanted to gather everyone in order to form a better picture of who we're dealing with. Yeah. The previous tier. They're all here. The gang's all here. Or, no, not just the previous tier. Right. Yeah, the previous tier and then M2. Because, you know, obviously Brute Bomber couldn't be here. But it is all the previous tier, though. At least. Holy shit, I've lost so many frames. Like, this cannot be real.